welcome to Add More Zest. My name's Rebecca. I'm also known as 4Kids at 147. Today is time for tip and trick number 17. Now, for those that have followed my channel for a while, quite possibly would have seen me use these before. I have done a video on it before, but not in my 100, hopefully, tips and tricks. But this is how I store paintings that I've done but don't have a space on a wall in my home, for example, or I haven't yet found, say, the right person to give them to. I love to use these display folders. Now, the display folders I pick up from The Range in the UK. They're the grand sum of £3.99, so they don't cost a lot at all. And to accompany that, I purchased a pack of cardstock, A3. They do it in white and black. I chose the white, so the black, sorry. So this is the cardstock that I've chosen. 210 GSM, 25 sheets. Again, this is also £3.99. So it doesn't cost a lot, and then a bit of double-sided tape which you can pick up for, say, £1. So £9, you can get yourself a display book started to be set up. I now currently have 3. So I have 2 that hold my portrait, or sometimes, like in this case, square. So this is a portrait one. So I have 2 that hold portraits, and then I have 1 that holds landscape. They come with 20 sort of inserts, just the plastic side of things. I have actually taken out 10 of them. Have I done it on this one? Maybe I've not done it yet on this one. Okay, on my other ones, I have taken out 10 of the actual pages from the middle. The only reason being is by the time I put in the diamond paintings, it ends up being like this big. So I chose to take out some of the inside pages and I just chopped them out with scissors, which allowed it to fill up to sort of a nicer amount. Let me see if I can grab hold of it. So this is my full one. So it doesn't get too much thicker than the book itself by taking out those middle ones, because of course by the time you add the cardstock and the diamonds, it can get full. So what I do is I use a single piece per painting. Now you could do it double-sided and decide to, you know, put a painting on each side, but I choose to do single because if I ever then want to frame this one, for example, or gift this one, I can just take this one out. This is a true 30 by 40 painting. Now, for a true 30 by 40 to fit in an A3 book, you do need to take off 2 rows of diamonds, which can either come one each side, or 2 from one side, depending on what your picture is. Not ideal, but also not necessarily a bad thing, because quite often if you get a frame that is made to fit a 30 by 40 painting, you actually have a bit more than 2 rows of diamonds that tends to make the edge of the frame. So those diamonds would have been hidden anyway, so it doesn't stop me from framing any. I can just take out this piece of card and actually get an A3 frame and frame it up directly in that, especially if you like to change your images. Maybe you have an A3 frame that you put up and you change them over every now and then. I also have ones that are poured glue, so it's down as a 30 by 40 but actually ends up being smaller because of the border for the actual canvas. This one's got special diamond paintings in it. These again were 30 by 40s but with the border from the canvas. And what I do is I just cut down the outside with a pair of scissors, cut it all off, a couple of strips of double-sided tape and stick it down in the middle. I know there are some people that will, you know, make little plaques for them to name the painting maybe, or you can add information to the back of the cardstock. Especially if you use a single sheet per diamond painting, you might want to make a little note on the back to say what it is that you did. So for example, we sell these stickers in the shop, so you can do the title, the date you started, you finished, where you purchased it from, and any little notes, and just stick that sticker. You could choose to stick it on the actual front, but the size of it, you're probably best just sticking it on the back. And then if anybody does ask, that information is there and ready. You may have it all in your logbook as well. But I've got quite a few paintings in here now that don't particularly have a home. These two were both true 30 by 40s. But I find this an ideal way for you to still be able to look through your diamond paintings, have a nosy. I can change out which one's on the front as and when the mood takes me. And it's not hugely expensive. I've even got one I'm not that keen on. That was a mystery one. But yeah, it's a nice way to store them, to be able to flick through, see what paintings you've done in the past. And yeah, especially if you can make a frame to sort of change them out into, so that you can, you know, see them in your day-to-day life all the time as well. But I find these absolutely fantastic for storing the smaller completed paintings. I do have my bigger ones in a couple of places, and I will sort of go through how I store them in another tips and tricks. But this is how I store my completed smaller paintings, and hopefully it will help you. I do have links to the display book on my website, so under favourites, I'm pretty sure it's on there under storage. I'm pretty sure I've linked the cardstock as well. Doesn't work for every country because the range is only available in the UK, but it will at least give you details of what you need to search for in your own country. So it may help you with sizing and all that sort of stuff. You can also get them bigger. If you've got the space to store them, you can get them for your bigger paintings as well. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you all again soon.